the only woman in the management team.
Wait,
Yeah.
let me correct you. And the only Hispanic woman too?
Oh yeah, the only Hispanic person in the whole facility. We're at the beginning. I had to tell them like, you don't have to treat me differently that you do to the other managers just because I'm a woman. Yo como lo voy a pensar. Pero claro, en ese momento a mí me dio miedo porque tenía cero experiencia en supply chain y cero experiencia como manager. Entonces yo decía, a ver, ¿qué vio él para decirme esto? Porque claramente la experiencia como manager no está y la experiencia como supply chain tampoco. Que muchas veces no es tener ya todos los requisitos ahí, sino atreverse a intentarlo. No porque mi inglés no sea el mejor, no voy a participar en una reunión.
Hola, and welcome to the interview series Dare to Start. My name is Alina, and for 30 days, I'm interviewing brave women and men who dare to start. Maybe a business, a job, a dream that felt scary at first, but they jumped on it and now they are on the other side, and I want to learn their story. So today, I'm very, very excited to meet a person that has made a big impact on me, although we haven't met in person. So this is the power of connections. My sister-in-law connected me with her sister, and her sister connected me to Giselle Recio. So Giselle, thank you so much for being here.
Hi, Elena. Thank you for inviting me.
So I am super excited because your story is truly one of a kind. And so let's just get to it. And first of all, let's just do a quick introduction. So can you tell us who you are, your profession, and what you do?
Okay, yeah, sure. So my name is Giselle Recio, as you just mentioned, and I'm a supply chain manager for a cable manufacturing company. I'm an industrial engineer, and I'm Colombian.
Yes, go Colombia. So today, precisely, we're going to talk about your role as a supply chain manager. So please just tell us what it is and what you do in that role.
Okay, so I started as a supply chain manager 3 years ago. I've been with the company for 6 years now. So I was always working in the operations side. I started as an R&D for research and development. Then I went to operations itself for the manufacturing side. And while working at the corporate level with the operations team, I had the opportunity to get to know people in supply chain and learn about it. And that's what I do today. So I'm the supply chain manager for a plant. We make compounding, is the compounding facility for the company. And what I do is just basically ensure that the flow of materials is smooth, right? So from procurement to the finished goods shipping part of like the whole supply chain. So I have a team of 5 people. Um, they do an amazing job getting all of this covered because it's actually a lot. Before I went into supply chain, I had no idea like all the details that go into it, like planning, scheduling, logistics. And honestly, it's great to have a team that supports me and makes it smooth to get to our goals.
Yes, yes, yes. And this is really exciting for me because I used to help software companies sell to companies like you, ERP systems, reporting tools. So I'm very familiar with what you do because we had to learn your processes. And it's switched to Spanish because I feel like this story kind of like is better told in Spanish. So vamos a hablar primero porque tú me contaste algo muy chévere acerca de cómo te llamaron para decirte, para ofrecerte este rol y como que cuál fue ese proceso para decir, sí, lo quiero hacer. Entonces, cuéntamelo todo.
Sí, bueno, como te digo, llevo 6 años con la compañía, entonces mis primeros 2 años los hice en Colombia y luego me ofrecieron primero un cargo como Efficiency Engineer en Highland Heights, en Kentucky. Entonces, bueno, acepté el cargo, vine a Estados Unidos a trabajar como Efficiency Engineer y cuando tenía como un año en ese rol, se abrió una vacante para Supply Chain Manager en nuestra planta de Indianapolis, que es de Compounding Facility. Entonces, bueno, mi manager en el momento me dijo como que, bueno, Giselle, se abrió esta vacante, no sé si estés interesada, me parece a mí que podrías hacer este rol, dime si te interesa, pues, ir por el proceso de entrevistas y pues yo me comunico con el hiring manager de ese rol y listo. Yo la verdad en el momento que él me dijo, yo como que, ¿qué? Yo así con mi cara más, la más poker face posible, yo como, lo voy a pensar. Pero claro, en ese momento a mí me dio miedo porque tenía cero experiencia en supply chain y cero experiencia como manager. Entonces yo decía, a ver, ¿qué vio él para decirme esto? Porque claramente la experiencia como manager no está y la experiencia como supply chain tampoco. Pero bueno, ya hablando con él más adelante, sí me expresó como que realmente él no pensaba que necesitaba a alguien con experiencia en supply chain para ese cargo, sino alguien que tuviera la habilidad de aprender y fuera creativo. Era como lo más importante para el cargo. Yo le dije, bueno, listo, voy a hacer el proceso de entrevistas. Y bueno, claro, hice el proceso de entrevistas. Hay una frase que me gusta que dicen, si tienes miedo, hazlo con miedo.
Ujú.
Entonces yo ese era mi tema al principio, ¿no? Como que qué susto, porque iba a ser un cargo con 5 reportes directos y en un tema que no me sentía como la más confident porque no había trabajado en supply chain antes. Claro, yo estudié ingeniería industrial, entonces di materias de supply chain, todo lo que era programación, control de la producción, todo esto. Pero no es lo mismo a tener experiencia, first hand trabajando en eso. Entonces, digamos que atravesé con mi miedo, hice mi proceso de entrevista y bueno, fui la persona seleccionada para el cargo. Entonces, no, bueno, si tienes miedo hay que hacerlo con miedo, ¿no? Queda de experiencia que muchas veces no es tener ya todos los requisitos ahí, sino atreverse a intentarlo.
Atreverse a intentarlo, absolutely, absolutely. Es muy interesante que dices esto porque literal, con otra chica que estuvimos en una entrevista dijo lo mismo, have fear and do it anyway.
Uh -huh.
De pronto aquí te sentirías cómoda contándonos como esa ayuda de tu esposo, porque me comentabas antes de que empezáramos a conversar que tú como que lo llamaste y él como,
Sí,
cuéntame.
claro. Después de que mi manager me habla al respecto, yo llamo a mi esposo y le digo, mira, me dijeron esto. En ese momento, pues yo estaba viviendo en Kentucky, ¿no? Es una posición en Indianápolis y es para Supply Chain Manager. Y él me dice, súper. Y le digo yo, ¿estás escuchando? Supply Chain Manager. Y le digo, no soy ni Supply Chain ni Manager en el momento. Y él me dice, ¿y cuál es el problema? O sea, pues, ¿qué vas a hacer? Aplica. Entonces, bueno, a veces es lo que necesitamos, ¿no? Como un empujoncito de alguien que también nos conoce y digamos que objetivamente o de pronto un poco subjetivamente piensa que tú lo puedes hacer también. Entonces, como que él me dio ese empujoncito de decir, o sea, ¿cuál es el tema? ¿No? O sea, no serás supply chain ahora, no serás manager ahora, pero si quedas en ese trabajo, pues ya lo vas a hacer, ya vas a ser supply chain manager. Pero sí,
Exacto.
fue como importante para mí, porque yo sí lo estuve pensando, ¿no? Y el hecho de que él me dijera, sí aplica, definitivamente me dio como esa motivación extra para atreverme.
100%. Y, o sea, somos Women Who Market, mujeres como que estamos presentándonos en el mundo y yo estoy súper orgullosa de las mujeres y las quiero ayudar, pero en este camino me he dado cuenta que como que las mujeres más fuertes o las mujeres que nos sentimos con ese miedo, pero igual lo hacemos, es porque tenemos un apoyo detrás de nosotros grandísimo, porque mira que, por ejemplo, tu jefe, inclusive hombre, tu esposo, y yo pienso que el rol del hombre, como que en este nuevo movimiento de mujeres empoderadas, es demasiado grande, porque cada foto que uno pone en Instagram, ¿quién se la tomó? El esposo, el primo, o sea, el chico que está ahí behind the scenes, y me gusta muchísimo que cuentes esa historia porque realmente haciendo estas entrevistas me he dado cuenta el apoyo tan grande que muchos hombres tienen con las mujeres. Así que los que no están como que muy bien, por favor escuchen todo esto y empiecen a apoyar a las mujeres.
Total.
Pues mira, primero que todo me encanta que you had that fear and you still did it anyway. It has been 3 years now since you took that role as supply chain manager. Um, I'm sure that maybe not everything has been beautiful and perfect. So, have you had any doubts, any fears, or anything throughout this journey that you're like, oh my God, why did I do this?
Yeah. So I would say the first shock was like going into a manufacturing facility, right? I had worked in manufacturing facilities previously. My role in Colombia in this company was in a manufacturing facility. So it's not like I was new to the manufacturing, but it's manufacturing facility in a different culture, right? Different country, different culture. It looks different, it feels different, people are different. So that was the first shock, getting there and meeting my team, like my co-workers, the other managers. So the plant manager was a man. The manufacturing manager, guess, a man.
Mhm.
Quality manager, another man. Health and safety manager, another man. And then it was me, the only woman in the management team.
Wait,
Yeah.
let me correct you. And the only Hispanic woman too?
Oh yeah, the only Hispanic person in the whole facility. Where this is the Midwest, and for people that maybe are not too, like into how the US works, the Midwest is very American. So it's people like the people that I work with, they are from Indiana. They are not even from the US only, like from Indiana specifically.
Yeah, and
People
probably
that
never left the country.
never, they have never, some of them have never like been to even the coasts of the US. Like they stay in the Midwest, this area, that's where they were born, that's where they grew up, that's where they are today.
Mhm.
I know. So that was the first thing, right? Like my whole team, all men, all, I would say older than me, not necessarily old, but I was 26 when I started this role. And then the next person, the youngest person after me was like 40 in the management team. I know. And they were all second, I'm very, very short.
Oh,
And
okay. Yes,
and they
yes.
were all huge. So the meetings at the beginning were also a shock because I was all the time like looking up to them, like literally, because they were so tall. So all the things at the beginning were definitely a shock for me. Um,
How do
and
you
that's
work?
just like first day. That was just first day. But of course, like that's not the after getting through it, like understanding, okay, this is what it is. I'll just come up with a way to handle like the high difference for meetings. So I was even getting neck pain. I'm not even kidding here. Like things like that, because I had to be like this all the time to talk to these huge people. I'm very tall. I'm 4 feet 11.
Oh my
Not
God.
very tall.
Yeah, because I am 5'2" and my husband is 6'2". So I
Oh my
relate
god.
to that, but 4'11", a few inches. So now are you wearing high heels all the time? No, you can't because it's a plant.
No, exactly. So I'm just like taking enough distance so I can still look at them without
Like,
I know. I've come up with all the things, right? And then you go to the floor itself. So this is a manufacturing facility. So there are our non-desk workers. And guess what? They are all men too. So when I started there, we had only, I think, one woman in the manufacturing floor. Today, I would say we have around 10 or maybe even more. Um, so it's been changing for sure. Um, but that was also the other challenge. I feel like, and that was the biggest challenge. Like people on the floor, they were used to managers being just men and American men, right? And then they get this manager that is a Colombian 4 feet 11 woman, and they are like, even if they weren't trying to be, like distant or anything, I could tell they were kind of afraid of like, how do we deal with this? So definitely that was another challenge. But I feel like, and I might be crazy, right? Like overconfident maybe, but I was like, we're gonna get through this. Like they're gonna get used to it. It's they have women in their lives. It's not that different. It's just that now I'm a manager in this group of people, so it's gonna be fine. And I even at the beginning I had to tell them like, you don't have to treat me differently that you do to the other managers just because I'm a woman.
You said that like out
Yeah,
loud. That's
yeah, I told them because they would reach out to me like distant, like afraid. I don't know how to say it. Like it wasn't disrespectful. It was just like in their minds, it was completely new. So I did say
they
it.
don't handle it. So you actually breaking that ice, and we're talking about fears, like have fear and do it anyway. Also naming the fear, like saying it out loud. You're like, hey, you don't have to treat me differently just because I'm a woman. Just by you saying that, they're like, okay, that was my fear, so now I can relax. That is amazing. Like you just like knew to say that.
Well, I just felt like I could see them how they were interacting with the other managers, and I was like, wait, why? Why do they not talk to me like this? And then I thought like maybe it's because I'm a woman, so I'm just gonna tell them they don't have to be that careful. So that's when I decided to do so, and I could see the change. So I know for a fact that was a thing for them.
Amazing. Amazing. I also want to talk about is I know that it's not on our we were prepared and we have our questions. It's not in the questionnaire. So but I think maybe you can handle it. As we just experienced it, we talked a little bit in Spanish. Now we're talking in English. I know of a lot of people that come to the US. They are very conscious about their English, and I was even very self-conscious about it at one moment. Now you entering to this new role as a supply chain manager with new reports, only woman, only Hispanic, not only speaking English, but speaking English with an accent. For everybody that is like, oh my God, I want to lose this fear of speaking English. I want to be like Giselle, that she can switch from English and Spanish and manage people in English. What advice would you give them?
You just have to go with it. I mean, this is not the English that I was speaking 3 years ago. It's been a journey for sure. I mean, like right now, when I play recordings from meetings, like from 2021, when I came to the US to the other position as a efficiency engineer, I cringe so bad. Like, oh my gosh, what is that? What am I doing there? So you just have to go with it. Just don't be afraid, don't be ashamed. It's not your first language. Just be proud you're able to speak more than one language. That's it. Just go with it and convince yourself that I'm really good. I can do two languages. Why would I be ashamed of, little missteps here and there with the second language? I mean, like even people from here, like I've, interacted with several people and they say like even Americans sometimes mess up speaking English. And kids, when they learn, there are a lot of words that the pronunciation just doesn't make sense. So they know when they have kids that when they were teaching their kids how to speak, there were words that the kids would ask like, why? Why is it like no reason? It's just English. And that's it. I was definitely very self-conscious about it when I came. But I had to do it anyway. I mean, I actually never learned English like in an institute or a specific school. My English was from high school, like whatever I learned in my school in Colombia. It wasn't a bilingual school or anything. And just like watching TV in English, listening to songs in English, just trying to get
I'm
comfortable.
I'm jealous, I'm jealous. Mi esposo es igual, él habla, en mi opinión, habla muy bien español. Y lo mismo que tú, no fue, o sea, el español de high school y lo que escucha por ahí. Y lo habla súper bien. So, you definitely have a gift. Tienes un regalo para eso. Y solamente una cosita más en lo del inglés. No sé si te pasa a ti, pero a mí me pasa, porque me pasaba lo mismo. Yo veo algunos videos, algunas cosas y yo digo, Dios santísimo, ¿cómo yo lo hice? Pero también observé y observo que la otra persona is very kind. O sea, yo a veces en reuniones cuando tenía la agencia, o sea, es el CEO, es gente súper tesa, yo presentándoles algo de mercadeo, y me acuerdo mucho de este porque yo tenía que grabar ese video para editarlo, entonces lo vi muchas veces. Y yo dije algo que no ni yo entendí, y este CEO simplemente me dijo, can you, I'm not quite there, can you present the idea again? O sea, como que no me dijo, no te
Lo
entendí,
entendí.
sino como que explícame otra vez esta idea. Y yo como que, oh my God, like, these people are so kind, son súper, como que también pacientes, como que también entienden. O sea, uno cree como que, ay, no, me van a juzgar. Y al menos la experiencia que yo he tenido es que
Ujú.
no les importa. No sé si te ha pasado a ti.
No, no, yo siento que la gente es muy como, admiran que tú puedas hablar otro idioma. A mí me lo han dicho, por ejemplo, Giselle, o sea, hablas súper bien inglés para que sea tu segundo idioma. Y no, yo realmente no es como que "Ay, yo me creo la que mejor inglés habla, pero yo me atrevo a hablarlo en cualquier situación. ¿Sí me entiendes? Es como, no, no porque mi inglés no sea el mejor, no voy a participar en una reunión. Como que voy a comentar mis ideas la mejor manera que pueda. Y hay cosas que de pronto no sabré decir, porque sí puede que pase. Y mi inglés es más que todo business, porque es el que he usado. ¿Sabes? Como yo no estudié inglés específicamente en algún lugar, es el que agarro de la experiencia de la vida. Entonces es como que lo que más he usado es business, así que es como que lo que mejor te puedo decir.
Me
Y
encanta.
y a veces sí es como, ¿cómo se dirá eso? O sea, pero es como también ser creativo, ¿no? Si no sabes específicamente una palabra que te gustaría utilizar, un concepto que tienes en tu cabeza y de pronto en español lo tienes muy claro y en inglés no, pues solo busca la manera de que ellos entiendan lo que quieres decir. Y la
Exacto.
gente es súper paciente, como dices tú, súper, like, a veces me han dicho como que no, no estoy seguro si entendí específicamente lo que querías decir. Lo puedes como que rephrase it y ya, o sea, y no, no tener pena por eso. A ver, uno a veces también le toca como que explicar en español.
Ujú.
Porque dices una frase y alguien necesita como ir más profundo, como, ¿me puedes explicar específicamente qué trataste de decir? En español también. Entonces, no es nada de lo que sentir pena. Bueno, pienso yo.
No, estoy completamente de acuerdo y yo creo que dijiste algo que es la esencia de estas entrevistas, dare to start, tú dijiste, es atreverte. Y para todos los que están viendo esto, cuando primero hablamos, que fue como casi un año, yo les dije, la entrevista en inglés, ya como que, ah, ya. Ya cuando lo volvimos a retomar, yo le dije, no, en lo que tú quieras, listo, hagámoslo en español. Y ayer la escuché hablando inglés en otro evento que ella va a ir y yo, Giselle, o sea, hablas inglés súper bien, hagámoslo en inglés y ya, listo, hágale. O sea, the true meaning of daring to start, I believe, is you, Giselle, that you just have that courage. And that takes me to the next section here, which is kind of like the teaching part, because you have a long journey and you have learned a lot and you have taught us a lot. But if you have to highlight just one thing, like one key lesson here, like if anybody that is watching this and is afraid to either speak English, afraid to take a job, afraid to move to the US, afraid of something, what is like one thing that you will give them?
The only way to get better is doing it. Just thinking about doing it won't get you there. You can think about speaking English forever and replay conversations on your head, but the pronunciation is not going to change until you try. So you have to start doing it and you'll get better for sure. I mean, in anything, it's not only about the language, like anything, just think about maybe dancing. Learning and reading about dancing is not going to make you a good dancer. You have to start dancing, trying to get comfortable with it, and just by doing it, you're going to improve.
Amazing.
So, yeah, right. So, of course, at the beginning, it's going to be a little bit rough, and you're going to be like maybe cringing at yourself, like, hey, did I just say that? Like, and replaying it in your head because I'm an overthinker. So, at the beginning, when I would say something that I didn't like afterwards, I could still get the message out, right? But I didn't like the way it sounded. So, I would just keep thinking, like, oh my gosh, how did I just say that? it sounded so bad. Like I could definitely do better. A- And how do I know that I could do better if I don't know what I'm doing today? Right? So if it's only in my head and I don't hear it, how do I know I could do better? So just go with it. I mean, like jump into it. So like with the English, with the supply chain manager thing that I didn't have experience as supply chain or experience as a manager. I was like, well, the only way to get this experience is doing it. Just doing it. And you just start understanding what you need to work on or what are your strengths. And that's really important because just thinking about that thing won't tell you anything about it. It just won't. So yeah, you just have to, take the risk, um, and start working on it.
Start working on it. Amazing. And you also mentioned something important because yes, it's important to start to take the risk and start it anyway. But you also talk about like kind of like learning about yourself, like knowing where you stand, knowing your weaknesses, knowing your strengths, which is actually like a marketing thing, the SWOT analysis. What are you good at? What you're not that good at, and kind of like understanding how you work so that you can give the first step even if you're not right, but like, okay, well, I'm not very strong in this, so let me work on it. I think we can keep talking forever. I do want to thank you for your time, for sharing your story, for being very candid and very transparent. And I'm sure that a lot of people would like to connect with you. So, how they can find you online?
I have a LinkedIn account. It's Giselle Recio Baeza, so first name and my two last names. And I would say also Instagram. I'm very active over there, and I have all the things work related and personal stuff in my Instagram account. So it's fine. It's Giselle Recio Baeza.
Amazing, amazing. We'll put all the information here. Once again, thank you so much. I learned a lot, and I'm like super inspired to start. And for anybody that it's also very inspired to start their dream, their idea, or even if it's just to speak English, I want to remind you about the Dare to Start challenge. So it's very simple. All you do is that you give us your idea, and then here at Women Who Market would send you a quick marketing lesson with a homework because you need to apply it, just like Giselle said. And the goal is to help you get started on that idea, whether that is a business, starting your career, or just embracing a fear and doing it anyway. So the link is here below if you want to join the challenge. And again, Giselle, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me, Alina. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Likewise. Ciao.